Hey team, and welcome back to another video. In this one we are talking all about how to create incredible content. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Now I have just published the audience building course inside the Funnel Academy. It's my online membership, and one of the courses in there is all about how to build an audience, how to create your content strategy. And one of the lessons inside that course is how to create great content. And when I was coming up with the lesson, I narrowed it down into 7 different principles, 7 principles that I believe you need to pay attention to when you create content to ensure that you get the biggest bang for your buck. So content principle number 1 is ensuring that the content is valuable. And when I say valuable, it has to be valuable to the consumer. So your perfect customer, as they scroll through Facebook, they scroll through Twitter, they're on the internet, potentially consuming content. How can you make the content that you create valuable to them? Now I can give you a little clue. It has to be one of 2 things. It has to either be entertaining or informative. So you either have to teach them something and share something, solve a problem, or you have to make them feel good, make them laugh, make them smile, make them share it. Or if you're great at this sort of stuff, you can do infotainment. So you can make them laugh whilst also teaching them something. So the content that you have to create has to be valuable, it has to be good, it has to get people to actually want to consume it. If it's not good enough, then unfortunately it just won't get the light of day. People just will not watch it. And I want to add to that is good doesn't mean viral. Good doesn't mean thousands and thousands of views or thousands of shares. Good can simply mean it helps solve a problem that your customer faces, which brings them further into your funnel. For example, how much does a fiberglass pool cost? That article or that video will never go viral on Facebook. It will never go viral on Instagram, but that's okay. Because if somebody is searching Google for how much does a fiberglass pool cost, and you give them the answer to that question, you're solving a problem, and the chances of them then wanting to work with you is going to be much higher than before. Content principle number 2 is speaking your customer's language and not your industry's language. This is probably one of the biggest problems, biggest mistakes I see businesses making when they create content, and that's creating content, blogs, articles, videos, using the language that their industry uses, as opposed to what are their consumers actually searching for, what are they speaking about. So for example, a chiropractor. Somebody that has got a sore back is probably going to go into Google and type in something along the lines of, "Why is my back sore?" Whereas a chiropractor, I've seen this happen before, sometimes will create some sort of really long-winded title around the specific problem that that person has, such as, "Why is your scapularis helping your, or tweaking your back plasmalas pilatus?" And it's like, that person will never be searching for that. They have the sore back. You might know that that is why they have the sore back, but it's down to you to go down to their level and then educate them up. So speak your customer's language and not yours. Content principle number 3 is similar to number 2, and it's that we need to speak to our customers and not to our peers. When we're creating content, we cannot create to impress our peers, to look good amongst our peers. We really need to be creating stuff that is for our customers. Now, this might mean that you have to not focus on going viral or getting crazy engagement, because what we're focusing on is, are we helping our customers make a better buying decision? Are we helping move our customers from not knowing who we are to knowing who we are, to buying from us? Sometimes you're going to have to create content that's maybe not sexy, that doesn't look good amongst your peers, but really helps your customers. So let's focus on doing that, and let's not focus on impressing the peers, because this happens all too often. It's very, very common, especially in the marketing world, where we create content for our peers to try and get engagement, to try and feel good, to boost our ego, when it's not actually helping our customers in any shape or form. Content principle number 4 is done is better than perfect. All too often, and I have been guilty of this in the past, is trying to create the perfect content, or trying to create the perfect setup, trying to get the perfect mic, the perfect camera, the perfect everything, which then just means that you get paralysis and you don't actually create anything. You could spend a whole year trying to create the perfect setup, the perfect everything. And then after that year, you get on camera and you're not very good on camera, which means you've just wasted a whole year. Whereas if you just started at the beginning of the year, even though you didn't have any of the perfect setup, you would have built your skills on camera, you would get better on camera, and the quality of your content would be so much better than waiting for the year, waiting for the perfect setup. So my advice here is embrace the messy. When I first started creating video content, my first ever video was filmed in a forest on a phone, a terrible microphone, and it was in a forest because I was so scared of what people might think. I was seeking that perfection. I was seeking worrying what people thought about me, worrying what people thought about the video creation, worrying about what people thought about what I was saying in the video. Just worrying so much, and it got in the way of me being able to create content, of me just being comfortable speaking to camera. But I created it, and I got better and better and better over time, to the point that now my videos have been seen by millions of people worldwide. So you just have to embrace the messy and just create something, even if it's not perfect, understanding that you're going to get better and better and better over time. And if you just create consistently, if you look back in a year after, you'll go, wow, I have been on such a good journey. But if you don't create and you just wait for the perfect moment will never come, and you've just wasted a whole year or however long it's been by not getting yourself out there. Content principle number 5 is to always include call to actions. Whenever we're creating content, it's important that we're using that content to drive real business results. We're not just creating it to be fluffy. We're not just creating it to be nice. We're creating it to drive business results, whether that is making people aware of who we are, getting people to consider their options, consider our services, or whether it's content that's designed to get people to buy. It does not matter. We have to include call to action. So maybe we're writing a blog post. We might want to have the call to action there in the sidebar, call to actions throughout. If we're creating video content, we maybe want to have call to actions throughout the video and at the end of the video. We always need to be trying to push people to the next stage of our funnel, whether that is downloading something for free, attending a seminar, buying our product, whatever it is. The content has to be used for business purposes and not as just some fluffy thing that we're doing because somebody said we had to do it. Content principle number 6 is to make that content as long as it needs to be. One of the biggest questions that the Funnel Academy members will ask me when it comes to creating video content or writing blogs is, Gav, how long should the content be? How many words does my article need to be? How long should my video be? How long should my ad be? And the answer to that question is, well, there is no answer. But what I do suggest is you create something and just make it as big or as little as it needs to be. If it's a video, then keep it as short as it needs to be in order for you to get that full message across. So whether that's 90 seconds, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, I don't care. However long it needs to be. Now they say when you're writing articles for Google purposes and search purposes that you want that to be 1600 words or more. The video content, some people say you want to make it shorter. Just make it as short as it needs to be in order for you to get that point across. And content principle number 7, the final one, is to make your content evergreen. Every time you create a piece of content, a video, an article, a podcast, and it's published online, that is becoming an asset to you and an asset to your business. Because people are going to consume that, not just on the day that you publish it, not just the week that you publish it, but for years to come, if you make it evergreen. Now, making it evergreen is essentially, how can we create something that people might still want to consume in a couple of years' time? So how much does something cost? What are the problems with outsourcing this? Why do I have back pain? These are problems that people are always going to have. They're always going to search for. They're always going to want to find an answer to. So we want to create content that's like that so we can build this asset. Because if we continue to write blog articles, if we continue to create video content, we're going to build our followers, build our audience, build our subscriber base, build the people listening to us. And if we build that over the years, whenever we launch a product, whenever we have something on sale, we're going to have people coming to us. Building an audience is the most important thing you can do in a business. One of the most valuable things you can do in a business, especially from a marketing perspective. And then that's exactly what I cover inside the Funnel Academy audience building course, which has just gone live. The feedback on it so far has been incredible. It's an absolute beast of a course. It took me a good few weeks to put together, to do the research, to put the slides together, to then film it, and I'm so proud of it. And if you would like instant access to that, to learn how to build an audience, to learn how to create incredible video content, to distribute that content, to how to repurpose that content, to find out my exact content strategy that allows me to create 30-40 pieces of content per week, and you can get access to it for free. Just go to myfunnelacademy.com, click on sign up. You can get instant access for free. Get into that program, learn it, consume it, and then take action, especially going into 2020, especially going into the new year. That's exactly what you're going to want to focus on with your marketing. So if you found this video useful, be sure to like it, drop a comment with any questions, share it with someone that needs to see it, hit that subscribe thing, the bell notification, all that great stuff, and head over to myfunnelacademy.com to learn more. I enjoyed making it, hope you enjoyed watching it. See you next week.